I'm seeing no more vacancy, no more vacancy. Yeah, it's a break, you see. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm seeing no more vacancy, no more vacancy. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome back, guys. In this lesson, what we're going to work on is the left hook. What's up, guys? I'm here with a friend of mine named Helen Peralta. She's the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships Police Gazette champion. So check it out. She's going to help us demonstrate the left hook. All right, so I'm going to walk you through this technique. Notice when she starts this technique, she's going to load her lead sides. Left leg gets heavy. Her arms are up in the guard position. As she goes to deliver, she's going to turn her rear foot, turn her hips and shoulders, and her forearm is going to be parallel to the ground upon impact. Notice on the lead leg, she's turning that in. That helps her additionally rotate those hips to get extra power and weight transfer. So one more time. Beautiful technique. What's up, guys? I'm here with Jamon Cooke. He's a two-time WAKO North American Kickboxing champion, and we're going to help you understand a little bit better the timing involved to throw the left hook. So check this out. We're going to use this keg, and hopefully it will demonstrate a little bit and make this a lot easier for you to understand. All right, so what I'm going to have Jamon do is move back and forth with the keg. Now, I want you to ask yourself, is the keg heaviest when Jamon tries to stop, or when all the beer crashes up to the side of the wall? Once that happens and it starts moving back, that's the timing he should use to help that keg come through on that rotation. Same thing happens when you throw the left hook. Now, as you deliver the left hook, this happens at a much faster rate, but think about what's going on with this demonstration here. He's twisting and loading one side, just like you would with the hook. You're gonna load one side, and then you're gonna, at the right time, shift your weight and fire the left hook. So when we throw the left hook, just like when we're holding the keg, our body moves kind of in that same similar fashion where we're loading, and then there's a slight catch of our weight, and we have to shift our weight back to the opposite foot. So one more time with the keg. Back and forth. So if Jamon tried to change halfway through, it'd be much harder for him to do that. So that's kind of what I'm trying to illustrate here, guys. When you throw your left hook, doing it at the right time allows you to deliver with a lot more speed, efficiency, and power. All right, guys, what I'm about to do is use one of my favorite training tools to teach people the proper timing and when they should deliver their left hook. So I just have this normal truck tire here. I have it quadrant off in 4 quarters, and I'm gonna stand on it like I would with my stance. Right foot in the rear, left foot in the lead, because I'm a right-handed fighter. So when we throw our hook, what we're doing is we're gonna be shifting our weight to each side, okay? So as I go to deliver, what you'll notice is I'm loading my left foot. And what you hear is the tire clapping, okay? As that tire claps, it also rebounds. And what I'm trying to do is use the reflexive energy off the floor at the right time to help me deliver with a lot more speed and power, okay? So one more time, I'm shifting my weight. And I like practicing on this because it gives me an auditory cue that I'm doing it right. All right, guys, so one of the things that really gets under my skin when I see somebody deliver the left hook incorrectly is something I call the mannequin punch, okay? So if you go to deliver this left hook and you throw it and your arm stays stiff like a mannequin and you don't have any closure in the arc at the end of the punch, you're not gonna get a highly accelerated punch that's gonna have a lot of concussive force, okay? What causes the concussions and the knockouts is that highly accelerated hand speed towards the end of the punch. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people keeping their elbow too low throughout the movement. Remember, when you get to the end of the movement, you want to lift your elbow up to be parallel with your wrist. So a lot of times I'll see guys throw the left hook like this with their elbow down, but if you can see what's behind my hand, there's nothing behind my hand. I really want to get my structure behind my hand and my knuckles so I can drive with the torque of my hips and my shoulders and punch through the target. If if I don't do that, if I keep my elbow down and I try to turn through, a lot of times I can hurt my lead shoulder, and that's not something I want to do. All right, guys, another common mistake I see people do when they deliver the left hook is they forget about their defense on their rear hand. So check it out. If I go to deliver my left hook and I drop this hand here, I'm opening up my head and my body. So make sure to keep that hand high and tight, like you're grabbing your football helmet, and your elbow in front of your body to block any punches or kicks that may come. All right, guys, and finally, one of the biggest mistakes I see people do when they throw the left hook is not rotating their body. Okay, generally speaking, we're gonna load the left side, shift our weight to our rear side, crank our hips and shoulders, and pull through with our entire body. But if you do it incorrectly, it looks something like this, where you're just using your arm. So if I do that, remember, I'm hitting with just the weight of my arm. Okay, and what I actually want to do is hit with the entire weight of my body. So that is why it's important to load the side that you're about to deliver from and onto the rear foot where your weight is going to transfer to. So load and explode. That's going to give you a lot more speed, a lot more power, and a lot more destructive force behind that left hook. All right, guys, some of the finer points of the left hook. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, how are you supposed to hold your hand? A lot of people hold it like this with their thumb up, and then other people hold it like this with their thumb more turned in. Okay, so the answer is both. It depends on what you want to do. Okay, so there are pros and cons to each method of throwing the left hook in those manners. If I hold my hand with my thumb up like this, it kind of disperses the weight of the impact over a greater surface area because it usually lands a little bit flatter. Okay, so if you could imagine like hitting somebody with a piece of plywood like this, that's what you'd be doing. It would probably move them. It generally seems to be a little bit faster. I mean, it's a little bit more of a slappy hook, but I don't see as much drive or destructive power as I do with the thumb turned down slightly. Now, what happens there with this, when you turn your thumb in and down slightly, it's kind of like taking that plywood and instead of hitting them like this, hitting them like this. So you concentrate a lot more of that weight on a smaller point, so the impact is a lot harder. Okay, so it hits harder, yes, but there's also a greater risk of injury. Let's say if you hit somebody on the side of the head like that. So it does hurt your knuckles a little bit more. So you got to be accurate and you got to pick your shots wisely. Sometimes you just want to get a quick shot in to stun somebody. This is fine. Okay, some guys have that natural power where they can drive through and knock you out like that anyways. But if you really want to get a little bit more devastating, destructive force, turning that thumb down and in really does the job.